h.265 is the lowest nature reserve in the world, located in the Judean desert alongside the shores of the Dead Sea. The reserve, due to its location at the lowest point on Earth and on the shores of the mineral-rich and saline Dead Sea, set on much of the land that has been reclaimed since the Dead Sea shrunk, is relatively unique. It also features some archaeological gems. Walking through the reserve at h.265, you are struck by the beautiful nature, rich foliage, pools swarming with fish and diverse and extensive wildlife, not something you would expect in the middle of the desert, let alone on the shores of the salty waters of the Dead Sea. You'll also be struck by the shrinkage of the Dead Sea. In the central open reserve, markers show the level of the Dead Sea at various times throughout recent history. The distance between these is a harsh reminder. Generally less crowded, Wadi Argonaut has a couple of stream-side trails, rich in vegetation, that afford hikers an excellent introduction to the oasis geography and ecosystems. Some routes are quite challenging, especially so in the midday heat. Most people linger in the small pools rather than push themselves to the top. Masada is an ancient fortification situated on top of an isolated rock plateau akin to a mesa or isolated flat top elevation. It is located on the eastern edge of the Judean desert overlooking the Dead Sea. Herod the Great built 2 palaces for himself on the mountain and fortified Masada between 37 and 31 BCE. According to Josephus, the siege of Masada by Roman troops from 73 to 74 CE at the end of the First Jewish-Roman War ended in the mass suicide of 960 Zacharii rebels who were hiding there. The Zacharii were a splinter group of the Jewish Zealots who in the decades preceding Jerusalem's destruction in 70 CE strongly opposed the Roman occupation of Judea and attempted to expel them and their sympathizers from the area. The Zacharii carried sikai, or small daggers, concealed in their cloaks. At public gatherings they pulled out these daggers to attack Romans and Hebrew-Roman sympathizers alike, blending into the crowd after the deed to escape detection. The Zacharii are regarded as one of the earliest known organized assassination units of cloak and dagger. Almost entirely invisible from the summit, a visitor centre was opened on the plain beneath the eastern side of Masada in 2000. Providing all the anticipated facilities, the centre was designed to accommodate the 1.25 million visitors per year. The Masada cableway lower station is 257 metres below, and its summit station is 33 metres above sea level, thereby making it the lowest aerial tramway in the world. The cableway was built in 1971 by a Swiss company to carry people to the ruins at the top of the plateau. It had one aerial tramway support pillar and two cabins with a length of 900 metres and an elevation change of 290 metres. It was replaced in 1998 by an aerial tramway built by another Swiss company without any support pillar, thus allowing the cabin's hangar to completely enclose the two track ropes and the haul rope. The Masada Snake Path is one of the most iconic hikes in Israel. Starting from the base, the Snake Path winds its way up approximately 400 metres from the lowest place on earth, the Dead Sea. It then continues to the peak, where archaeological remains tell a story of heroism and endurance, and magnificent views of the Dead Sea and the Moab mountains of Jordan on the other side. Climbing Masada at sunrise is something of a tradition in Israel, and on a clear day, the emergence of the sun over the Jordanian mountains, illuminating the sky in a deep red, before projecting a haze across the crystal blue waters of the Dead Sea, is magical, unforgettable, and probably one of the greatest sunrises in the world. The Masada Snake Path takes approximately an hour to 90 minutes to climb and 30 to 40 minutes to descend, depending on physical fitness. Because of the intense summer heat, it is recommended to climb before sunrise in the summer months. The Commandant's residence. Who could be entrusted with the defence of the desert fortresses by a king who feared rebellion from within and enemies from without? The commandants of the desert fortresses were apparently trusted associates of the king, prominent men who had held public office. This splendid residential building, located at the main entrance of the storerooms complex and the Northern Palace, was probably the commandant's residence. During the Jewish revolt, The building was occupied by several families who have left behind them a few poorly built walls and baking ovens. These traces of a modest lifestyle in emergency conditions contrast with the splendour of the original rooms. Generations at Masada. This compound of rooms served as an administrative building and staff residence in Herod's time. During the Great Revolt, when the rebels took over the mountain, a few families lived here. Evidence of this is the mikveh that is completely preserved in the courtyard. It includes 3 pools: a pool for storage of water, an immersion pool connected with the storage pool by a pipe, and a pool for washing the feet. After the fall of Masada, a Roman garrison lived here for a short time.